reset it.
Welcome to the County Line Tournament here in Cashion. We're having some streaming difficulties at Squirtle.tv, but we are now live on the sportsanimal.com as well as Sports Animal YouTube and Sports Animal Facebook. First game of the boys semifinals tonight between Oklahoma Christian School and Lone Grove has been all OCS. OCS leads at 56-29. An incredible performance, both ends of the floor for OCS, defensively and offensively. Everything going their way tonight. Great ball movement, great defense, good shooting, and things have been exactly the opposite for Lone Grove. They trailed 23-1 after the first quarter, 39-13 at half, and it's gone on from there. This is the second game of 4 here in the semifinals. We have 2 more games on tap for you tonight. It's the Bethel girls taking on the Cashion girls. That's the next game. And then the final game of the night is the Cashion boys hosting Riverside. Three-pointer from Drake Metal misses. He's going to get the pass and go to the bucket and an and one. Madel now with 7, or make that 9, and a chance to get one more here at the free throw line. Hudson Struckles, the leading scorer for OCS with 12. Free throw missed, rebound taken down by Bryson Lynch. OCS coming into tonight's action 8-4. They're ranked 14th in Class 4A. The Lone Grove team trying to get into the rankings, 13-3. There's a nice pass inside. And credit the bucket to Bryson Lynch. (58-23). OCS has just been dominant in this tournament. They beat Perry 82-19 in their first round yesterday, winning here by 35. They were the runner-up in last year's tournament here at Cashion. Lost to Riverside in the finals, and that might be the team that they would match up with against tomorrow. We'll see what happens in that game coming up a little bit later tonight with Cashion. A couple free throws coming up here for Matt Hemingway. Lefty is good. 9 points for Hudson Onan on 3 threes. James Hoffmeyer has 8, 6 for Austin Irons, 4 for Kiefer Garriott, 8 for Bryson Lynch. Hemingway now with 4, Carter Brown with 4, and Jackson Roel with a 3 off the bench. All adds up to 60 points. Three-point shot flat. Bryson Lynch with the rebound. Lone Grove had come in playing some pretty good basketball. They'd won 7 games in a row. They beat Riverside, team in the other half of the bracket, in the finals of the Dibble tournament 2 weeks ago. There's a big rebound by Brandon Heckathorn. Ball goes out of bounds. Unable to be controlled by Elijah Mims. Lone Grove needed overtime yesterday to get past Varnum, 60-56. That Varnum boys team ranked in the top 5. Steal, Mims took it away. And the ball's battered in passing lanes, taken by Lynch. And a nice pass and foul will send Hudson Abel to the free throw line for 2 shots. We'll give a shout out to Brandon Weaver, the head coach at OCS, who is under the weather. Has not been here the last couple of days. So hopefully he will get better.
Every network is. Our network. So Lux is, there's some, Corey called me.
It's an air ball.
For like 45 minutes and couldn't get it fixed. So he reached out to Hux, and they called him right back. And they said, Hux, anybody. So what Hux does is they're a code converter from our server into our platform. That's why you get the notice of choose this screen box at the end of it.
Nothing but net on the second.
So basically, we can't do anything since they're wrong.
10 players are in the scorebook for OCS.
So what we did
Everybody getting in on the festivities here.
So it'll be
TJ Culbertson trying to work off a screen.
okay, yeah, if you don't mind. If
And there is a blocking foul called. I don't know if it's going to be on the shot because Culbertson passed the ball away. Looks like pretty good position from here by Roel. And a free throw coming up. Culbertson.
Now, Mark, I've been gone for a while. One may
Yeah.
assume that I had I went into a food coma from
That's
the
possible.
pink cake, the strawberry cake. But
I think that'd be the best way possible to go into a coma.
yeah,
You would enter that with that sleep with a smile on your face. I drive to the basket by Drake Maydol. He's been a bright spot for Lone Grove. 9 points. Nice inbounds play. Gets it to Elijah Mims, and he scores.
so I think I can make this announcement. Cashion has County Line tournament will not be played tomorrow. So they're going to try to work on a rescheduled date, but as of right now, they will not be playing tomorrow.
That's not a bad way to do it. I mean,
No.
find a Monday or a Saturday coming up on the schedule, and everybody come up for the games. Will they play the 7th place game?
They will not play any games tomorrow.
No. I mean,
Oh, no, if they reschedule. That's
Yeah.
a good point. I don't know. I'm not sure. Coach Hardaway just sent that to me. So
Well, we have great fields in this tournament and a lot of repeat customers coming back to the game, and but some of the schools well over an hour away. So.
yeah, for sure. And we've been hearing this all day long with other tournaments where teams, weren't able to make it, and so other tournaments were having to cancel. It's the right thing to do, honestly. I mean, we don't get events like this that often, and so it's better to err on the side of caution always for kids' safety.
Always better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to try to risk something that, especially with the situation being so volatile, is
Well,
a
like
lot of
Mark,
unknowns.
yeah, like you said, you've experienced it firsthand, and what was it, 09 or 08
Yeah.
when you got stranded? I mean, I drove back from Oklahoma City with my brother Josh to Enid. That was back when his in-laws still lived in Enid in that blizzard. It took us 4.5 hours to get from Edmond to Enid. It was horrible. So what really that particular day, remember, that looked like it wasn't going to be that big of an event. In the middle of the day, things changed so fast.
Yeah, it was, and just being able to get up different inclines and things like that. Cars get stuck, and there's just nowhere to go. You can't move. We'll take a break. We'll come back here to start the fourth quarter, 61-28, all OCS here in the first boys semifinal tonight.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We are making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round. The proof starts.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter coming up for OCS on the floor. It is Bryson Lynch along with Carter Brown, Jack Laws, Jackson Roel, and Hudson Abel. All the starters getting some rest here in the fourth quarter. TJ Culberson, Drake Madel, Brandon Heckathorn out there, rebound underneath, put back up and in by Hudson Abel. Colt Harris has hit some threes for Lone Grove. On the floor with Elijah Mims going to the basket. Heckathorn rebounds the Mills, miss, and he'll go up for 2 shots. It's fouled on the way up. First free throw short. Second one is long, but going right back to the rim following his shot. Brandon Heckathorn's got his first basket of the game. This OCS team's going to have a busy final month of the season, but this will be an impressive win for the rankings. As always, they're playing an incredibly tough schedule. And probably, in my estimation of seeing some other teams in Class 4A are ranked pretty low at 14. They need to move up. All of the losses this season are to top 10 teams in various classes. Like a little goaltending there. Mims dribbles across half court. Culberson gets into the lane, kicks out, 3-pointer on the way from Madel, good. $12 points. Lone Grove was really, I think, taken aback by the defensive pressure at the beginning of the game. A lot of shots from close range weren't going in. They look a little bit more comfortable here going up against OCS reserves. The game, I'm sure that they will be not happy with the result. Step back jumper, Madel, good. He's putting together a pretty solid second half for the Longhorns. Laws. Pass to the right side to Roel. Working around a screen. Dumps it inside. And shot rolls around the rim and no good for Hudson Abel. Why not? Fire it up. Madel. And over the back foul going to be called on Colt Harris. And maybe... substitution, Ethan Miller, the junior, is into the game. That foul will go on OCS. So Lone Grove will keep it, and they throw it away. All alone, a good hustle. I say all alone. TJ Culberson got back there to strip the ball away from Hudson Abel before he could convert on the run out. Pass intended for Abel. Knocked out of bounds by Lone Grove. Cashion and Bethel girls coming up next. Wildcats are 10-5 of Cashion. The Wildcats of Bethel are 9-6. Both teams are, again, as we talked about OCS, they have played against very good representative schedules.
So, Mark, question for you.
Fire away.
Is Wildcats the most commonly used mascot name in Oklahoma?
It is not. There are
Tigers?
two more. More common. It is Tigers and then Eagles.
Oh, there you go. I knew it had to be up there.
There are different kind of cats, though. You have some Bobcats. You have some Bearcats. You have some Wildcats.
Cougars?
I don't put Cougars in even though they're
it's more of a lion.
They don't have cat in the name.
Good point.
So
From the cat family, though.
I don't think if you added all the cats together, then you could probably pass both tigers and eagles.
You know, obviously people years ago when they decided to come up with mascots didn't watch the Animal Planet special about the second most lethal cat, which is the domestic cat.
Is that true?
It is 100% true.
Yeah.
It's just that they're smaller, so they can't
You mean
fend
lethal,
off
lethal to humans or lethal
lethal
to...
in general, like as far as their skills to kill. And
Yeah.
I watched that on Animal Planet one time. They said that if a domestic cat was the size of a Labrador dog, they would kill their owner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Google that up.
Yeah.
I know I've been gone for a while, so I came back with some fun facts.
Well, I got a cat that every once in a while will go outside, and it's amazing to me that it returns home time after time.
There's something wrong with that cat, by the way.
Yeah, it frequently appears on the Squirtle Pick'em show.
Its cry is very bobcatish.
There are, foxes, coyotes, beavers, you name it, in the neighborhood that the cat seems to avoid. Geese all the time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've learned something tonight. There's a steal stepping in front of that pass, Jack Laws. And now Lone Grove going to the bench. It wouldn't sound the same if we were just so-and-so kittens,
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know what you just be the cats.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to be the domesticated cat.
No.
Like, that wouldn't be a great mascot name.
Right. How about the alley cats?
There you go. I like that. That might be misconstrued, though, for some other things.
I'm not going to speculate on what you're talking about. I don't know. All right.
I had a cat growing up, and the original idea was for the cats to live in my mom's gymnastics gym to keep mice out of it. And, of course, being kids, you fall in love with the cats. You want to bring them home. And the male of the two was one of the single most evil animals that's ever stepped foot on this earth.
Not a nice cat, huh?
And it made that a whole Animal Planet special come to life whenever it, proved to me, that the domesticated cat is an evil killer. This cat, by the way, we had a cat named Dweezil.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then we had a cat named Salto. Salto is a gymnastics move. It's like a no-handed cartwheel, I think, or something. That's an aerial, but it's something.
That's an impressive move.
Yeah. Well, Dweezil was just the name Jake and Josh, my brothers, came up with. Well, Dweezil and Salto had a baby. And so the cat I'm talking about, its name was Dweezil the Flipmeister of Saltonia. That's what we named it.
But it could never get used to hearing its name. You have to come up with a nickname or something like that. Checking out for Lone Grove, Colby Brewer, and in Isaiah Narrow. Last basket was scored by Cash Dobbins, a freshman. So everybody getting some run. And as Adam said, we're not going to have championship Friday tomorrow. It'll be at a date coming up in the future based on all of the weather projections. I've missed the minute-by-minute forecast.
Yeah, and I could tell you there's a lot of tournaments. I just found out that the Caddo County tournament that we are covering at at Anadarko also, they have decided not to play tomorrow. Hennessy tournament has decided not to play tomorrow. County Line has not decided to play tomorrow. Michael Swisher just informed me over at Kingfisher that they're probably going to make a decision fairly soon because they've already had a couple teams let them know they aren't coming back. So I think you're going to probably see that be the frequent answer.
Well, we got at least most of these tournaments. I applaud all of the schools. You don't want to deviate from what the plan has been and how they've been set up. But we've got at least 2 days of basketball in, and as you said, hopefully that you can come back with a makeup day in the future to decide the championships.
Maybe everybody can just come to Enid and we can just add more games there. We'll just go from 54 games to let's do 108.
Yeah.
Why not?
Rebound from Lone Grove by Kane Roberts. OCS going to go to 9-4. As I mentioned earlier, their 4 losses all to teams that are in the top 10. Played in the Dale tournament finals and got beat by Dale 82-69. That's nothing to be ashamed about that on the Dale home floor. A couple free throws coming up for Carson Callan.
Well, even though we weren't able to broadcast this whole game, OCS has been really impressive tonight.
Yeah, look, they're ranked too low. 14, I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, they haven't had the benefit of playing a whole lot of games. They've got some that's going to be backloaded on their schedule. But, well, I'll tell you what, you get in this, and you get an OCS's regional, and they're not a top 2 seeded team. That ain't going to be good.
I think that goes back. We see this a lot. That goes back, when you have a program that is used to winning, it's not uncommon that kids that aren't getting playing time, over the years, because kids that are, going to, in the case of OCS, are going to, ORU and Oklahoma Christian, all these places, and impact players, those kids that are coming off the bench, or those youngsters that are, coming in, are good players.
And I would say this, this program is extremely well coached. The trademark of these OCS teams all the time under Coach Weaver is defense. And when you're forced to practice defense with the kind of intensity that they do in practice against the players, it just, the program sustains itself on top.
Yeah,
on top
no doubt.
A couple free throws coming up for Colin Mulvar.
Well, and Mark, we talked about it. This Lone Grove team beat Riverside earlier on in the year, a really good Riverside team that we saw last week. And we're going to see later on tonight.
They're having one of their best seasons in a while. I mean, and that was good enough to win that Dibble tournament. They're going to be 13-4 after this game. Nice shot. Cash Dobbins, freshman, making the most of his time out there on the floor.
Yeah, you bet.
Corner 3. I tell you what, I don't like the arc on that one with as much precipitation as in the air. Lincoln Lawrence, a sophomore, he shot that up into the
stratosphere.
Yeah, that's up there where they say it's going to be decided between sleet and snow, about 10,000 feet.
The difference of 1 degree, as Damon Lane said.
Uh-huh.
I heard him say that too the other day. I like Damon. Guest of the Squirtle recap show the other night.
It was a big topic that day.
It was. We're going to have him on during our basketball show.
Eli Winter scores for OCS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 13 different players have scored for the Saints.
There's the aforementioned Sarah Smith down there.
Where's Sarah?
Down to your left with the black sweatshirt on. She makes the greatest strawberry cake ever known to man. It melts in your mouth. Even Mallory agrees. I don't think I've ever seen Mallory eat when we've been at any event for Squirtle, and she ate half of my cake.
Well, the rumor was that the strawberry sheet cake was not supposed to be here today. It was only coming tomorrow. I was upset. I mean, I really was, because we'd been promised that earlier in the year, and it did not materialize the day that the lights went out in Cashion. So whoever talked Sarah Smith into bringing the sheet cake up, kudos to you.
That was very kind of her. Instead of the lights going out on the Cashion Fairview football game, the lights went out on the Squirtle Network streaming platform today.
What it is. Yeah. Had a
Something's
little
in the
bit
air.
of technical difficulties during our show today, too. Yeah. So it may be my fault. 70-43 is the final. OCS all over Lone Grove. They jumped out to a 23-1 lead in the game. OCS was led in scoring by Hudson Struckle with 12, 9 for Hudson Onan, 8 for James Huffmeyer, and then a whole bunch of players after that. Austin Irons with 6, Kiefer Garriott with 4. Bryson Lynch with 8. Hudson Abel with 5. Matt Hemingway with 4. Carter Brown with 4. Jackson Royale with 5. 2 for Eli Winter. 2 for Jack Laws. And 1 for Colin Mulvar. For Lone Grove, Drake Madoll, 14 points, was their leading scorer. 9 for Colt Harris. 6 for Elijah Mims. Cash Dobbins, 4 off the bench. The freshman had an impressive performance in his minutes. TJ Culberson had 4. 2 for Peyton Watterson and 2 for Carson Callan. OCS is 9-4 on the season. And they return to the championship game at a point to be determined here in the County Line tournament. Lone Grove falls to 13-4. And they will get the loser of Cashion and Riverside coming up in the nightcap. 10 minutes away from the girls' semifinal between Cashion and Bethel, coming up here on sportsanimal.com.